People call you a narcissist? What an amazing question, chat. So right now I can answer that and I can let you know a lot of things. And we're gonna go over another great term that I'm gonna educate people on, which is called a catch-22. Okay, so we're gonna explain this and hopefully this makes a little bit more sense. And I'm going to say this right now, okay? I am a very good person. Okay? When I said that, I wanna know how you felt about me saying that. And now let me show you how me being called a narcissist and a jackass and a guy who lacks empathy are very interesting, and how they put you in a lose-lose scenario on the internet. And what a lose-lose scenario is this term right here, catch-22. So what is the catch-22 theory? It's a paradox, which means it's a no-win situation where the solution to a problem is rendered impossible by the very conditions of the problem. So, for example, another catch-22 is if you're live on stream, and I'm not trying to reference anything else, but it's a very good scenario that a lot of you guys are familiar with. A catch-22 is something where, let's say you and another content creator are having a disagreement on stream, and they say the only reason why you're here is because you're doing this for content, right? The moment they say that, the moment they say the only reason why you're talking this out is because you're doing this for content, you're putting the catch-22. Here's the catch-22. If you leave the call, right, you're now a loser and they're right. If you stay in a call, they're right because you're doing it for content. So whether you do or whether you don't, you have lost. And that's the example of a catch-22. Now, let me explain to you why being called a narcissist on the internet is an impossible scenario. So first of all, let's talk about what a narcissist is and why I make videos saying, yeah, guys, I'm a narcissist. Yeah, guys, I'm a jackass. All right. So let me show you why that is. Okay. A mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need and seek too much attention and want people to admire them. People with this desire may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. Now, how do we disprove narcissism? How do we do it? Okay? Because here's the thing. People with this disorder may lack ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. And we're gonna break this down here real quick, okay? And I'm gonna copy this into Notepad so we can quickly talk about this. People with this disorder may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others, okay? So then, what would someone naturally do if they were accused of being a narcissist? Obviously, explain my ability to care about the feelings of others by stating things they've done for other people. Like, for example, give away over $500,000 worth of giveaways to my community, constantly showcase smaller creators, and explain that I run the GotchaCast, which is the #1 podcast in the Gotcha community that helps smaller creators grow, right? But, and I'm gonna get to a comment soon, okay? When I did that, when I explained that I do not do this, and that I do care about other people, and that I do help other people, as well as one of my moderators was having a rough time in real life, so I've let them fucking move in with me. Do you know what that does? That is making it seem like I have a unreasonable sense of my own importance, that I seek too much attention and I want people to admire me. So I can't disprove I'm a narcissist without sounding like I'm a narcissist. So there's absolutely nothing that you can do. Because you can't explain, oh guys, I'm not a narcissist because I've done all these good things for these people, and people with narcissism lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. But because I said I've done these other things, then it's gonna loop back. And the problem is, as a content creator, you have to understand that an ego is required to be a content creator, at least a successful one for all sorts of, for the majority of larger creators, you are going to have an ego. And why do you have to have an ego? Why do you have to have an ego? Because you really have to have your head so far up your own ass to actually think anybody gives a shit about your opinion. You have to think, man, people really want to know my opinion. You literally said you have no empathy. Okay. you have to understand when you say things as content versus actuality. And that's a great example. You said that you were this. Okay, let's explain. Now, I would also like to weigh in with my actual roommate who lives with me. Obviously, you got to understand, and I'm going to hope this doesn't blow anybody away off surprise. Me on stream is very different than me off stream. If any of you guys have ever met me at TwitchCon or any social gathering, you'll understand that the person who you see on stream versus the person you see off stream is very different. And why am I so different? Because everybody is going to act different when there's thousands upon thousands of eyes on you. That's why any real moment you see on stream is pretty much illegitimized due to the fact that everybody acts different when people are watching them. Case in point. How many streamers do you see that are live, picking their nose, farting, sitting there, not saying a damn thing? No, we are required to perform. We are your monkeys. We are your entertainment. Now, let's talk about my actual roommate who lives with me. I will say, as someone that has lived with you for a year, you are over empathetic. And the thing is, Pink, I don't need you to explain to people why that is. I understand that you've lived with me, right, for a very long time, and you know me very personally. However, you have to understand the internet's perception of me is one way versus who I am off stream is another way. And people who think that they know who a content creator is based off of just the content they've watched are a little bit weird when they really are vindictive of, I am right about this content creator. I know who they are. Right now, here's the other thing. When a content creator knows, guys, the situation is very complex, okay? Because a content creator who thinks they know another content creator is actually pretty accurate. Because once you become a content creator who's performed up here, you're gonna be familiar with a term called virtue signaling, which is essentially saying, look at how good I am because of the morals and the rules I hold myself to that are so holier thou than other people. When you're a content creator, you're gonna know how disingenuous that shit is. Let's continue here. Okay, now why do I call myself a narcissist and why do I call myself a jackass? Ask me. Ask me why I call myself those. One, because it's funny. And two, I've already accepted the reality that no matter what I do, these are the terms that people are going to label me from now into perpetuity, and no matter what it is that I say, no matter what proof I bring, it doesn't matter. So rather than get upset and stop uploading to YouTube because someone's calling me a mean word, I'll just say, okay, sure, man. I'm a narcissist. I'm a jackass. I have no empathy. Absolutely. Because I could sit here and let it eat me up all day, or I could just say, okay. This emote's fucking badass, bro. I'll say it. Dude, the narcissist emote is so fucking gangster. It's so good. I mean, this is something that I've been called for years, as well as pretty much any other content creator in the space that actually has an opinion on things. Case in point, Gotcha Smack is called the exact same thing because the moment that you feel confident enough to give you an opinion, people are going to hate that because they themselves aren't confident enough to give that opinion. It's the same thing with Asmongold. If you give your opinion, they're going to assume that your ego is fucking huge. And to a degree, yes, some egos might be bigger, but they're not to an unhealthy level where it becomes a mental disorder. Narcissism is also one of those catch-all terms that people really like to use for anybody who has self-confidence. And the other thing is that whether we want to admit it or not, this is a space, for lack of a better term, that is paraded by a lot of content creators who do not, or at least this was a space. And I want to take you back 3 years. I want to take you back 3 years to who the community really was 3 years ago. When I, myself, a very confident in myself male, is around other content creators. And once again, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this, but with other content creators like Dish or Tawano or Enviosity or Razor Ninjas or Zajef, which is pretty much people, for lack of a better term, that lack a lot of confidence. When I'm put in a juxtaposition next to those people, yeah, I'm gonna seem like my confidence is overrun. This is also a community of, guys, let's just be real. And if you don't like this word, unlucky, this is a community of fucking losers, okay? And hey, if you have an issue with me saying that, you are not gonna like Hoyoverse, because the entire purpose of Hoyoverse, and you can hear Dwayne's words himself, They made this game for losers who are lonely and don't have anybody to talk to in real life. You can pull the trigger on me and say that I was mean, but that is what Dwayne said himself. These are games made for people who don't have the interaction with females in life that they crave. So when they see someone, and I'm sorry, I do hang out with a lot of women, when the community space is dominated and these people are catered for, and they see someone who has confidence, they're going to assume, oh, that's not a healthy level of confidence. He's just a narcissist, because they themselves want to convince themselves that their level of confidence is okay, when in reality, they look in the mirror and they see someone that they hate. When I look into the mirror, I say, man, you're looking great. There's probably many more examples that I can go through, but it really is a lose-lose scenario. But let me just give you a TLDR. Am I a narcissist? No, but I do have a lot of confidence, and confidence is often confused with narcissism. 2, I can list you all the reasons of all the great things that I've done to prove that I do have empathy or care for other people. However, if I do that, then once again, it's a catch-22, and now I'm a narcissist. So essentially, if I want to get rid of this term, narcissism, then I would have to create soy boy, unconfident content, but that's not the type of guy that I am. So rather than deny it, I just embrace it. And it's a lot easier that way. Does that make sense? Narcissists don't have legit confidence. It's a facade. Exactly, Hex. However, the internet's kind of a facade now, isn't it? So it's very hard to explain that to other people. But yeah, does that make sense? In the end, he's a narcissist. Exactly. The term narcissist is overused. It's just like gaslighting IMO. Does anybody want to disagree or give me any counterpoints? Because I know the moment I upload this on YouTube, they're going to lose their fucking mind and say, no, you're a piece of shit. I know you're a piece of shit. You're garbage. I hate you! Look at what you did to these people! Right? And that's the other thing, is that when people say, look at all of the horrible things you've done to other people. Okay, now let's just look at all of these horrible things that I've done to other people. 1, they've always come at me first. 2, they've always made it personal. 3, they were saying some dumb shit. Yes, I am very bad to people who have treated me poorly. However, to all the people who have come at me for a different reason, I have apologized and we have made amends. Now, if you can give me any scenario where you think I'm wrong about that, please let me know. Because I don't know anybody that I have been horrible to, that I have not apologized to, and I don't know anybody who I've been horrible to that didn't deserve it. Now, can anybody give me a scenario where those are wrong? I'm looking for anybody. And how many people do we have here? We have 6,000 people here right now, and I'm looking for anybody. Hex, we had one disagreement. We both apologized to each other, and that's why she's in my chat right now, because we're good, right? Because what's great is you have to understand that not every relationship is always going to be good. There's going to be highs and lows, and I think a tested relationship is a lot stronger than an untested relationship, because now that Hex and I know that we can go to that place that we went to and get through it, our strength and our bond is a lot stronger. Because it's very easy to have a relationship with someone when there's never any issues. But to have issues and overcome and triumph those and understand each other at a deeper level is much more important than, oh, everything's fun and fine all the time. And that's why things get stronger. It's kind of like being actually dating someone, where every day you have to find a new reason to love that person. The other day, I found a new reason to love as a friend Hex Juice, because even though we had a pretty serious debate on stream, which I didn't think was that big of a deal, she didn't think that was a big of a deal. The internet was trying very hard to make it a big deal, and she could have backstabbed me and said, oh, I hate him, and she would have blown up. She would have gotten so many views. She would have gotten so much sympathy, but she chose the truthful route, which was, it wasn't really that big of a deal, and the internet hated that. To now where they're even assuming that she's hiding that. But that's what I mean by a real friendship versus a fake person. And I promise you, over the length of my duration as a content creator, I guarantee you Hex Juice isn't going anywhere. Anything else? Animal Bug 102. Why can't I be toxic to you? I'm about to be so toxic, you fucking narcissist. Nobody cares about you. Did your mom love you? Because I don't think she did. Fuck you, narcissist. I hope you die in hell, narcissist. Here's the other reason why I have such thick skin. Because I get people coming into my chat like this every single day. It's not a new thing. It's been going on for 5 years. I know the internet and I know the community really wants me to listen to what they're saying. But the problem is that you guys have to understand the reason why I listen to my support system, my family, my friends, and my colleagues, and that's very important because there are people who I work with who I don't like, but they keep me on the right track. It's very important to get an unbiased perspective, right? Is that if I were to take everything the internet seriously, I would kill myself, right? And like, I'm not interested in doing that because if I kill myself, then I can't jerk off to anime boobs in the morning. So you have to understand that this is the reason why I have thick skin. This is the reason why I ignore comments. This is the reason why I hide people. It's about ensuring that I can stay in a good mental health spot. And that's the reason why over my 6 years, you know the longest break I've ever taken from content creation? 2 weeks. I did that one time in 6 years. That's it. And I'm doing this because I know how to self-preserve. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. Hopefully that makes sense. And then when people come into my chat like this, rid of this, ban. This motherfucker doesn't take breaks and I've yelled at him for it. Exactly. Even my own close friends, and I would consider Shinya one of my best friends. He has begged me. He has begged me to take breaks and I won't. And you want to know why I won't take breaks? Because I love what I do so much. Unfortunately, that comes with a great risk. Guys, you were going to see it my highest of highs. You were going to see my lowest of lows because I don't take breaks and I have no desire to do so because this is my favorite thing that I do ever. It's what I look forward to when I wake up. It's what I dream about before I go to sleep. I love my job. I love what I do and I love the community that I have. Do you think when I saw the mass amount of dislikes on my previous videos that it upset me? It excited me because I thought, wow, there's really that many people who feel this strongly about me. It's interesting, it's compelling, and it's exciting. And I know to other people, they would probably freak out and cry. But for me, you know what I do? Hey man, I'll farm 8 YouTube videos on it. I don't care. I don't care. 4 years, 3 days off here. Exactly, Fob. Me and you are fucking freaks of nature. And that's why you're a previous sub of 29 months. Well, I don't know what the fuck I did, but whatever. For all of the people who say, oh, Tectone can't handle when his friends disagree with him, I would like to go on record saying that Fob made a 13-part cancellation post on me on Twitter, blasted it to the fucking public, and then we talked about it off stream, resolved our differences, and now we frequently do shit on stream. Like, I don't know why people think that I just can't handle disagreements, but I'm gonna say something that's really gonna upset you guys. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not a jackass. I don't lack empathy. I'm a great fucking guy. I can handle when people disagree with me quite easily, but what I can't handle is stupid motherfuckers. And do you want to know why you have a problem with me? Oh, and this is gonna drive you so mad. Because if I have a problem with stupid people, what do you think you are? You're just a big old silly head, you little goober. So suck my dick! Dumb bitch! Yeah! Yeah, write another 5-page paragraph. Tell me how you know me better than I know myself. You know what I'm gonna do? Bam. Type to the void, bitch. Type to the void. Ask me if I give a fuck. The answer is no. Hope that makes sense. And if you're a content creator who constantly makes videos on me, talking about how you think that I know Tectone, kill yourself. All right, cool. Great time. Great video. Hope y'all enjoyed. I had a banger of a time. And yeah, feel free to let me know, but I would like to go on record, guys. I'm going to say something controversial. Chad, I think Tectone's a great guy. That's what I think. I think Tectone's a great fucking dude. See you on the next one. Peace.